black because I still think he was a bit Frank Bruno for me, Viv Anderson. But as a footballer, for his playing ability, nobody could test him. Nobody could test him. He played for the greats. He played for Arsenal. He played for Man United. You know, you don't play for them established giant teams as a black man in them days if you haven't got no ability. I'm going to draw you back to the Olympics. I can't remember the year. The javelin. Tessa Sanderson. We'd say as Christians, the power of God. Mohammed Ali will say the power of Allah. Yeah, man. But whatever, it changed. But look how that said people, those said Americans, get this nigger out, take that nigger's title. Nigger, that's all we used to hear. Nigger, because they didn't want to go and fight in the war.
Come on.
Sure. Affinity Extra, be extra.
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast may not be aligned to those of Affinity Extra.
Yeah. This is your boy here, Roger Moore here on Affinity Extra, here to celebrate gospel music of black origin. But this show is all about black sportsmen, and we're here to do a black sports hero. This is a response where myself and Anthony bumped into an article the other week, which was dedicated for Black History Month heroes, sporting heroes, and we weren't impressed. Yeah, we weren't impressed at all. So we thought, you know what? So yeah, we're gonna come with our own superheroes, sporting heroes. The unedited version, yeah. So this is not edited for palatable for other nations. This is the real thing, and what it really was in a house growing up in the 80s, in the 70s, in the 90s. Whenever you are, you know who you was jumping up for, and it wasn't Shawn Mike Phillips. I tell you what. You know that game, Family Fortunes. Yeah. We've asked 100 people, and someone goes, Shawn Wright Phillips, you know it's nobody is saying Shawn Wright Phillips. Nobody. Yeah, man. No, 100%, bro. Totally agree with you. No offense, BBC. I respect you for the page, but I don't really respect the people. The content of the page was shocking. Yeah, we're in England, and you're using all French geezers and all sorts of heroes, and does. No, most definitely. But the thing is, I must admit, I put down a couple of foreigners in there. But if you could do foreigners, I've got a couple of foreigners in there, bro. Yeah. But when I say foreigners, I'll be real. My foreigners, I got. What? Don't give away. Yeah, okay, Americans, Americans, and one Brazilian. And I'm sure you know who the Brazilian is. Listen, man. Listen. So listen, guys. Right. So let's get into this anyway. Still, yeah. So I'm gonna hit through this, and I think we're gonna have a really crazy cool list, and I think you're gonna get insight in why we are who we are as well. Going through this as well. Still, yeah. So we're gonna kick off, and we're gonna try and do as many heroes as possible. I'm just gonna be typing down this list as we go through them, and we're going to give a reason why we love these heroes. Yeah, I'm saying, but we're going to do this Black History Month special, and we're going to talk about our sporting heroes. Yeah, and you may agree, disagree, may go but the reality show is we learn about black superstars that as a black youth coming up, you like, I want to be like him. Simple. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we're gonna do it from there. So who wants to go first? Do we let is Liverpool in second place at the moment? We might as well let Marx go. He's top at the moment, isn't he? If we're going in form, it's like Arsenal, Liverpool, Man United.
we're not talking about form. We're not talking about form.
Oh, bro, everyone's that's just gritty take hard, you know. Listen, when we talk about value, I'll go first. Squad value. Okay, Marcus, go on, man. Hit me your first one, bro.
Oh, well, let me just say this firstly, that it was hard to pick the list because I could have done one of those things where I've looked at athletes over history which have impacted and been good as black athletes, but I kind of decided to choose ones that were personal for me for different stages of life. That's right, bruv. I hear that. That's me. I did exactly the same as you. So my first one, which is it's actually two, but I couldn't decide which one I wanted to go with, would be Viv Richards or Curtly Ambrose.
Okay, I think that's a good one. Now, Viv, for me, you know, growing up, now I don't want to really go into, but why Viv and Curtly? But why? But apart from the fact that you done time in the Caribbean, but you know, what I mean?
And that's what it was, because obviously cricket was the dominant sport, wasn't it? So like you kind of grew up, you know, watching the game and stuff like that. You're hearing the certain names, and you know, when you're on the field, you pretend that you're one of the guys that you see on the TV. You know what I'm saying? So everyone wanted to be like Viv or Curtly, because Curtly could bowl some balls, man. It was crazy. Yeah. So that was the reason for me. It was just one of those things. Like, yeah, I grew up playing the cricket, so I had to go with one of them guys for my first.
And I remember from Curtly, because we caught the back end of the great era of West Indies, you know, team and whatever. And I must admit, Anthony caught the good. So like for me, I just remember Curtly, Ambrose, you know, and Courtney Walsh. When England thought they had a chance, you know, they're like, yeah, we got a chance. We were having to bowl them out for 80 yard, and it's just like, yo, these guys are just, when they feel like it, they were merciless. But Viv Richards was like for me like the Pele of cricket, and I feel that if he come up in the era later on, I think he'll be even bigger as a star. You know what I'm saying? I think the era that he came up in,
I look at him and I think some of the reason why I think some of these guys were as good as they were is there was a natural kind of giftedness in the Caribbean at them times. Then on top of that, there was a way that we used to play. So like we never used to be able to like afford to go and buy a cricket ball and stuff like that. So there used to be this kind of like black plastic we used to make a ball out of, and we used to like burn it so that it melts hard to become like a ball. And I think it's them little things there like that. Yeah, you learn like the roots, or what would be like root football. It's kind of like root cricket, you know what I'm saying? And you do them kind of thing. I think those kind of things, like the passion, them guys had it. So any little opportunity they had to play or whatever they had to use, they just used it, and it just, you know, it turned out well for them.
And I think cricket had the first dibs of all the sportsmen in the West Indies at that time as well. I think the sportsmen, they lost a lot of bowlers to basketball, thanks to Patrick Ewing and guys like that. Kind of inspired them to go play basketball. I mean, football started taking over, and you know, being inspired by Johnny Barnes and all these guys. And now cricket is low because unfortunately it's more. And now with the MLS, it's taken over sporting talent. Because one thing I did realise, if you listen to Dwight York, him and Lara, they know each other as Shaka, because they all come through school, the same system. They're all sportsmen, they all played together. But the other guys went off and played football, while Lara stayed and played cricket. You know what I mean? So it's like you know which was the big earner. But you have to salute them two brothers, man. What else are you saying about them, Anthony?
About Curtly,
Courtney and not Courtney, Curtly, Ambrose.
Curtly.
Yeah.
I mean, great. Viv Richards, Master Blaster. For me, the greatest batsman to walk earth. That's for me. My dad would argue, because he'd tell you about Everton Weeks, Sir Garfield Sobers. I could go on with him. I'm a historian and everything, as you know. So when it comes to like, for me, the West Indies team, but I wouldn't even separate them. I would have just the whole team, but that was my era. Because I had Gordon Greenidge, I had Desmond Haynes, I had Clive Lloyd, I had Derek Murray, the wicket keeper. I had
Marshall,
Silent Whisper, Michael Holding. I had the most feared bowler ever, Malcolm Marshall. Bro, every one of those was a hero. Every single one of them, from number 1 to number 13, 14. All the man used to come out with the drinks, bro. It's my brother. Anything connected to the West Indies cricket team, that was it. I want to be part of that. I want to be part of that. If I ain't got the cricket team standard, I'll carry the tray, bro.
Yeah, man. You
understand what I'm saying? So it was great call, Marcus, bro. But as I says, for me, I would have just chose the whole of it first, because I'm going back. I remember, bro, at school, I never forget school and the teachers, Mr. Crabtree. I know you're looking forward to the test series. I've gone, no, because we know what's going to happen, innit?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
black. You know what's going to happen?
Blackwash.
I've gone, bro, 10-0. Remember I told you, 10-0. And what happened? We get him 10-0, fam. 5-0 in England, 5-0 in the Caribbean, straight.
And the thing about
bro. And them talk there, you see, for me, as a little black geezer living in England where it's all white, bro, come on.
Yeah,
you understand?
Yeah.
It's not even a comparison, bro. So that cricket team there, the West Indies cricket, the 80s, growing up in the 80s, the West Indies cricket team in the 80s for me was just one big hero.
Yeah. No, for real. But Anthony, did you find that, you know, when they used to moan about the crowds in England, about we're too noisy? And you see the Barmy-Yarn, you know, the hypocrites in it. You know what I'm saying? You see the Barmy-Yarn,
because that's what they do.
They're hypocritical, bro. Sorry, I have to
find fault. They find fault with other people, but they do the same thing.
Yeah.
Typical English people, typical English behaviour.
Yeah.
Find fault in what you do. Oh, the Jamaicans, the Caribbean, the West Indies, they're too loud. The bang bongo drums and the dancing and the but as much as loud we was, we was always friendly. Yeah. It was never racial. When you used to watch those clips of the Notting Hill Carnival, you never seen policemen fearing being around black people. Policemen were taking off helmets, skanking up with the big mums on the road. You understand, fam? But yeah, it's us with the problem. Yeah.
No, I hear that. No, most definitely, man. That's great. That's great. Shout out, man. Come on, Anthony, hit me your first one, mate.
Bro. Marcus is.
I know.
Get into a bit of turmoil there now because I thought,
Marcus,
how he's moving.
Marcus the bomber.
For me, growing up as a kid, the greatest boxer to walk this earth.
Oh, you go pick it. Go on.
You know where I'm going. Joe Louis. I'm joking. Muhammad Ali, bro.
Okay, yeah.
And the reason I love Muhammad Ali, I love Muhammad Ali, if I'm being honest, more for what he stood for.
Yeah.
Sporting achievement. You know what I mean? I love Muhammad Ali for the man that he stood up and represented, for the way he showed his moral stance. They stripped him bare. We can sit here now, and when you really stop and think about what Muhammad Ali did. You know, what it wasn't even that he did. He was forced. He didn't do it by choice. He was forced. You know, remember, you see when Kaepernick took the knee and everybody, oh, how dare he? He's disgraced the flag and where. Muhammad Ali was that geezer back then.
Yeah.
How dare he? Yeah. How dare he not go and fight for this country? How dare he not do this? How dare he? Yeah? But like he said, why am I going to a country to kill innocent people and they've never done nothing to me? You understand? And that's always resonated with me from I was a youth. And I've always said this when we go to school and they say, oh, have you ever considered a career in the army? Born the army, bridging.
Yeah.
Born the army, bridging. And I don't know those silly people to phone up and say, well, if my granddad didn't fought for the war for you, you didn't fight in the war for me, fam.
Bro, I'll tell you that for free, but we
you didn't fight in the war for me.
And
first of all, let's get it right. I remember the black people and the Asians and all those Indians in the war that we never talk about, that nobody ever bigs up as heroes. It's only the white soldiers who went to France and all that kind of stuff. But you forget about what the black people did in the war.
Yeah, man.
You understand?
Yeah, man.
So, going back to Muhammad Ali now, for what he stood for as a man, for what he represented, for what he stood up, they robbed him. They robbed him of his title. They robbed him of his greatest sporting years, bro. But it didn't break him because of the moral standard that he had from then till he died.
Yeah, man.
And that's an example as us as men of God should look at. Look at your moral standard compass, fam. Are you prepared to say? People talk, and I love God and I love this and all that. Well, will you be loving God tomorrow if they turned off you? They says we're gonna take away your job, we're not gonna give you no pension, we're gonna would you be still loving God? And there's the questions you gotta ask yourself.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
These are the questions you gotta ask yourself. Would you be prepared when you look at little Rogers there's hungry and your missus is saying, Roger, we've got no food. I'm not going to war, love.
Yeah, man.
I will find food for my kids, love.
Yeah, man.
I'm not going. And that's why I write Muhammad Ali. And then when the world caught up, because remember, it was public enemy number one. And then it went full circle, 360. We'd say as Christians, the power of God. Muhammad Ali will say the power of Allah.
Yeah, man.
But it changed. But look how that said people, those said Americans, get this nigger out, take that nigger's title. Nigger. That's all we used to hear. Nigger, because they didn't want to go and fight in the war.
Come on.
And that's why when BBC, this is what we're talking about, heroes, fam.
Yeah, man, exactly.
Who stood up for something, who meant something, not just about their sporting prowess.
Scored 2 goals.
But they had something other than that.
Come on.
And I'm still waiting for you to explain to me what Sean Wright-Phillips brings to the table.
And see, here's the problem for me, right, is that when you see things like the list on BBC and all that kind of stuff, I don't, whether it's going to be like a listener website or a TV show where you're talking about and stuff like that, for me, you can always tell where the person at top that's behind it is not black doing the list. Yeah, someone, a black person that knew true history, right, would
not be put in.
No. Would never.
Even if you put it on TV and the hosts presenting the show are black, you can still tell by the list.
You still know they didn't pick that. That's nothing to do with them. You're right, bro. That's what me. That's why we're here today, because me and Roger wasn't having it.
Yeah, straight. We saw it, and I went through it. Yeah, Anthony's face. If you guys see, go back to the issue last episode. Check out the video because I made it a separate video. If you see Anthony's face, he didn't even know it, and I was just going through the names.
But the thing is, Sean Wright-Phillips, right, I don't even think of him as a footballer until somebody mentions his name. He didn't have an impact on the sport for me to be like.
Yeah.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah,
why? How he got into that list? How he got into that list before?
There's about 50. There's about 100 ballers before him, bro. There's 100 ballers. Yeah, there's 100.
How did he get in that list before Andrew Cole?
Yeah.
Dwight York and all them, man.
Yeah.
That's all I've got to say.
Yeah,
that's all I've got to say. And like he says, it couldn't have been about his footballing ability either, because Andrew Cole's got 6 Premiership medals, Champions League medal. Sean Wright-Phillips got what? 1 or 2 with Chelsea. Probably played about 15 games in both of them, but he's got it anyway. So there you go.
Fair play to him. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep it moving. Okay, guys, here's one that inspired me a bit like the last one Anthony had in terms of off the pitch as well. But I have to salute this guy. There's this program called when I was 13 years old. Gaza was moving to Italy. Lazio. Yeah, and he got injured because he tried to broke up a brother, Charles. Yeah, and Charles, he tried to broke him up. Yeah, ended up injured. It's done his dance. But anyway, that's what happens when you lick up a black boy. But there's a program called Gazzetta Football started, and you never saw football from outside the country. Yeah, you never saw it at all. And I fell in love with Italian football straight away when I switched it on. My friend said to me, it's boring and long, but I just loved watching Italian football. And then his brother comes along called George Weah, into an AC Milan team. And there is another football which I do put in there, which inspired me, which you guys hear me talk about. But this guy, for me, really represents for me what African footballers he's a template for African footballers in terms of impact on and off the pitch, and it's George Weah. You know what I'm saying? He was if you actually see his story and where he's coming from, he was playing like
he had no right. George Weah had no right becoming a footballer. He had no rights.
Bro, he's in the yard with basically 15 other cousins there still coming through, just played about the year above him, you know what I mean, and he was just playing pro football from very young, got squeezed in Cameroon, just got sawn by, the typical, coach of Cameroon, saw this little guy coming through, oh yeah, watch this guy, he's playing in the Cameroon league, but he ends up in Paris, and the next minute he's at PSG, and the next minute he's in Milan. But the guy,
can I interchange there?
Sorry, yeah.
Roger's not doing the story any justice, man. He's not doing the story no justice at all.
Go.
You know what I mean?
Go.
The geezer got spotted playing young.
Yeah.
Then there was a young French coach, 36 at the age, called Arsene Wenger. And the man phoned Bridget and says, Arsene, there's this little talent. This geezer I found. He lives on this playing football on a slum. But he's out of shape and he's this and he's that and he's that and he's this. But I think the potential is there. Carry on.
All right, so Wenger was kind of instrumental in terms of bringing.
Wenger was the father, according to George Weah.
Yeah.
His words was Arsene Wenger is like a father to me.
And it come true that way. And
it come true that way.
It 100% come through that way. And to be honest, guys, to go into Milan and in them days for a black guy to come from Africa, yeah, to go into a land where it doesn't, they were more racist than England, you know what I mean? And England was bad back then, you know what I mean? And then to go to Milan now, listen, man, you know, everyone moans about Italian fans now. What on earth were Italian fans like back then? We didn't hear it, you know what I'm saying? They must have been terrible. But the guy, and you know what, even, and now guys, you don't make it too personal here, but for him to then marry a black woman was like, whoa, was even more weird, like going, oh my gosh, man, like, yo, that's just like, you know, and then to be prime minister of his own country, like to try and put back in his country, and he played for his country, Liberia. Like, who does that? Everybody, Desailly, Vieira, all the guys in that era all played for France, yeah? George Weah never. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, like, even Job, there's a guy called Job who played for, I think he Cameroon as well. He's played for Middlesbrough Beats as well, and he played for Cameroon. Job, yeah. And like for me, it's good to see African players, you know what I mean, coming to Europe, doing excellent. But George Weah never even just excellence. He actually won, you know, Ballon d'Ors and stuff.
It's a good point what you said there, Raj. But I think, to be quite honest, I personally believe majority of the Africans do stay and play for their country.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah.
The majority of them, they do stay, because if you look at the Drogbas, the Kalu, all those geezers, bro, they could have came and done a Raheem Sterling and gone over to France and won Ballon d'Ors and won World Cups. DJ Drogba, look, there's a great example.
Yeah, 100%, man. Yeah.
DJ Drogba, man. Look at DJ Drogba. Is exactly like George Weah, the modern George Weah. Just didn't achieve the individual height that George did, but he won Champions Leagues, as you know. And so George Weah didn't win them. George Weah didn't win the Champions League, I don't think. But he won the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, Ballon d'Or. Bro, can't take that away from me. But that season,
you know what I mean? The only African,
but the thing
only African to do it.
Anthony, you watch Gazzetta football. That season when he won it, bro, I saw him score some disrespectful goals against proper defenses, bro. Proper defenses. No mugs, you know, bro. You say no mugs.
George Weah, when George Weah was playing in Italy, as we know, Italy was the best league in world football.
Yeah, man.
You wanted to call yourself any form of standard of footballer, you had to go and do it in Italy. It's like all these foreigners nowadays think you got to come to the Premiership.
Yeah, Italy by them.
To say that you've really challenged yourself from the physical elements of it, not from the skillful, from the physical. But Italy was the skill, physique, everything. It was everything. All it was the best league in the world. Forget Spain, forget English First Division. It was Italy. All the greatest players went Italy.
Yeah. I was about to say that. If you look at all the top Brazilians that you look at, they made their trips to Italy. They didn't come to England.
Nah, bro. It's only them latter days now when the Premiership started to get a bit of money and you get the Janinios and those are Egypt players. You know what I mean? But other than that, the real hardcore of proper Brazilian ballers, the Emersons, the Cafus, them players there, that were going Italy, bro. Remember, you know?
Yeah.
Roberto Carlos, when he left, where did he go? He went Italy first.
Yeah, he went Italy. But
Inter Milan.
And
the reason he left Inter Milan, because Roy Hodgson thought he was a left midfielder and not a left back. And he didn't want to play there. And that's why he left Inter Milan. Roy Hodgson forced him to leave Inter Milan. Roy Hodgson.
That's more than what they were.
You know what I mean? But great call, Rog. George Weah.
Yeah. Just
another hero.
I'm saying 100%. Just to care about your country, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying you can't go with anybody else, but we see too often, guys, you know what? And I'm not bothered about mixed ethnicities, you know, I'm not really too fussed on moaning and groaning, but it comes to a stage now where it's like, hold on a second, guys, you know, where you from, bro? In the hood, it's pure black girl there still, but then when you come out, you forget where you come from. So you know what I'm saying? So it's like a case of going, you know what, still, and on another note, you know what I'm saying? It's for me still, we need to, as a man, as a black man, be bringing up our community, you know what I'm saying? And you know, and I'm not saying you cannot marry out the community, but too often when we up there, we don't marry into our community to raise our community. We marry out and we send out of our community.
You know what, bro? As he says, it's not the fact that you're marrying out your community, you know? Because let's be real. You can marry a white woman tomorrow.
Yeah, no problem.
It doesn't lose your blackness, and you shouldn't lose where you've come from. The suffering, the hardship, all the poverty that you saw,
Yeah.
Just because you've married a white woman now, you're going to turn. Oh, I forgot about that now.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go. No. And this is what I'm glad you made that point, because this has to be stressed.
Yeah.
Because all these footballers, we don't criticize footballers for marrying white women. For that, we're criticising black footballers for marrying white women and forgetting their culture, forgetting their blackness. That's the problem. That's the problem, Johnny Barnes.
He's on the settee now, bro. Don't worry, man. He's representing that.
He's on the settee now, but when he was in the pump, when he was in his pump of his footballing career, John Barnes couldn't represent the geezer in Kingston, Jamaica. He couldn't represent him, bro. You understand? He couldn't represent him.
Yeah, man.
Now, John's put himself available to go back and remember where he came from. Remember that he's a yardie and But when he was playing football,
Go quiet, brother.
Where's the John Barnes Footballing Academy in Kingston? Where's the one in St. Anne's? Where's the one in Manchester, Mandeville? Where's the one? There's none. Because look, I'll give you an example. Little Daniel Sturridge, no big footballer compared to how John Barnes was. Wasn't even born in Jamaica. But he can open a football academy in Jamaica.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. We here. Be careful, Marx. I think Marcus is wearing a Crown Paint shirt. Anyway, so but let's not go there.
Marcus is done, and as I said, John Barnes. I've reevaluated my thoughts on John Barnes, as you know, because I used to think he was a right clown. The latter days now, from I heard him chase up that radio presenter, bro. John Barnes is my done. From then, I haven't seen him race up that presenter about racism, bro. John Barnes, I'll take bullets for John now, bro. Johnny, if you want to spar, I got my 30 out on cut for you, fam. Anytime, any place, anywhere we go, I'll ride with you, Dan. You understand? But growing up, I was I can't hide it. I was disappointed in John Barnes. I thought he let the side down.
1,000%. Okay, then right, let's keep it moving, guys. Let's keep it moving. Okay, Marcus, come with another one for us, man.
All right, so we're going over to basketball for this one. And I know a lot of people would have said Michael Jordan, but I'm going to go with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I just think as a basketball player that he was just an absolute beast. Obviously, he didn't win as much stuff as Jordan did, and worldwide, I don't feel he had obviously the impact that Jordan did, because people today are still wearing Jordan stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? They're not even in the game. I think as a baller, and like I said, it's based on things when I was growing up. When I hit that point where I got into the basketball, he was the guy I kind of looked at and said to myself, you know what, this guy, if I can do like even half the stuff that this guy can do, I'm laughing. So for me,
that's interesting.
I'm gonna go with Kareem.
Good shot again.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, you know what? Why I like it, because it's outside the box. It's not the usual. Yeah. You know, the normals. I've got one of them. I'm gonna absolutely give you like a curveball later on.
Okay.
Yeah, I got one for you guys later on as well.
Okay.
I've got a curveball for you, lot star. But funny you should say that, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Because I was reading an article the other day, I hit him. Well, you know me, bro. I go after these stars on Instagram, and he was saying he was giving why people should have. He's having to go all these pro players, all sportsmen basically, who don't take the vaccine.
The black guy that did it the other day. They talked about the young black guy.
No, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Who he's talking about.
Okay, cool.
He put out a tweet saying how all these black sportsmen need to check themselves because you need to go and take the vaccine and blah blah. And I'm like, so for his basketball, I don't really know much about Kareem. I know he's a great basketball player. Did he play for the Lakers?
Celtics, I think he was.
Was it Celtics? I know it was one of them two. It was either Celtics, one of them. Anyway.
I think he did float over to the Lakers at some point, but I think the majority of his career was Celtics.
Oh, okay.
That's calm.
Well, see, that goes against me straight away. Going for the Celtics, bro. Nah, bro. You got the Celtics.
That's Larry Bird. That's Larry Bird. That's Larry Bird, man. That's the enemy, bro. That's the enemy, bro. That's the basketball, man. That's the KKK team, bro. Yo. That's the Chelsea.
Actually, not Celtics. Sorry, no, he wasn't Celtics. He was.
Is the team in blue?
It was Milwaukee Bucks and then Lakers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Phew. Marcus, man, you give me heart attacks, though.
Yeah, Milwaukee Bucks then Lakers.
Okay, cool. No, that's safe. Okay, then, guys. Right. Anthony, go on. Lick us with another one. But I like that one, Marcus.
I'm gonna go. You see, again, like Marcus, it's a twin barrel, it's a double barreler. Again, like Marcus, you know, growing up as a kid, the late great Cyril Regis and Laurie Cunningham.
Okay, cool. What about Batson? Okay, cool.
Obviously, I didn't want to separate them. I just put them together.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
You understand? Oh, and the people might say, "What about Brendan Batson?"
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Didn't do it for me. He's defender. I'm a midfielder. Forward. I used to think midfielders forwards. Didn't do it for me, Brendan Batson. Didn't think he was that great. The only reason I big up Brendan Batson because he was the first black player to play for Arsenal.
Okay, this is.
That's right. Right. Yeah.
Okay.
First black player to play for Arsenal's first team, Brendan Batson.
So he went from Arsenal to Albion.
To West Brom. That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
So he started.
So anyway, Laurie Cunningham and Cyril, and I says the made me believe I could be a pro baller, bro.
Yeah, no, for real.
Up until then, I used to see footballers on the pitch, but there was all white geezers, bro.
Yeah.
But when I seen Laurie Cunningham and Cyril Regis, that made me think, yo, I can be a footballer, you know.
That's true.
I can do this. I can do this. I know I've got certain talents. I know I can do. I'm black. I've got pace. I can play. I can do this.
Yeah, man.
And they look like me. You know, it was like looking in the mirror.
Yeah.
So for me, for that alone, bro, for me as a kid growing up, Cyril and Laurie Cunningham. I mean, and then to take it to the next stratosphere, Laurie Cunningham, the first black Galactico.
Yeah, exactly.
Because nobody talks about it.
No, nobody.
Bro,
is he the first English?
Nowadays, massive nowadays to play for Real Madrid. So think back then, in the early 80s, in the early 80s, bro, I didn't even know players could do that. When we couldn't go for Real Madrid, that's when I knew you can play abroad. I didn't know you could go and play for a team. I just thought you had to stay in your own zone and that. So when he left, because I remember the talk, Laurie Cunningham, he's not signed the contract, the talk is going to Real Madrid. I was thinking, you were at Real Madrid? Spain. Okay, cool. But I didn't know how big there was at that time. It's only now history, you know, you think, wow. And he was the first, bro. He went when, you know, and even I was watching the program about the other day, and even when the manager signed him, the manager was getting stick. Why are you signing this black geezer from England for? Why? You know what I mean? And Laurie, so for me, Laurie Cunningham, they were trailblazers, bro. Yeah, man. Trailblazed it in England. Laurie trailblazed it foreign.
Yeah, man.
And that's why I call John Barnes a coward, because he had Laurie Cunningham who went before him.
Yeah. He should have gone aboard.
He should have followed. Tested himself. John should have took himself to Italy. Like we said, he was the best league in the world. John should have took himself to Italy, but he cowered it. He just stayed. I'm done at Liverpool. I'm cool.
Cool. We get them. No, 100%. Laurie Cunningham, guys. Yeah, my dad was at Albion. My dad came over here at the age of 13, and all he would do is go to the Albion. That's all he did. He talk about Albion. He goes like
Albion,
a Villa. Right. He's a Villa fan now, but he tried to put me. He tried to put me in an Albion shirt. He gave me this. he gave me this green and yellow. Green shorts and yellow striped tops and said it was Brazil. And I was only 6 at the time, and I was like, yeah, Brazil. I mean, it was actually Albion. Like, Dad, stop trying to put all over my eyes here still anyway. It's trying to mug man off, man.
Mr. Moore, you got some confessions, Mr. Moore.
Listen, I never forget that, you know what I mean? And then him putting a Aston Villa, like, thing on my door, you know what I mean? I'm like, Dad, what's that about? You know, Aston Villa, you know what I mean? Local team now, Dad, it's not working. You know, not working at all. But Albion, Laurie Cunningham, like you said, Auntie, no manners. Played for Real Madrid. We all get gassed about Bale going to Real Madrid. We're talking about he went to Real Madrid in times where it was just terrible, and he got mistreated when he was over there. If you ever look at some of the programs, they got people injured him in training. That's where he got injured, in training sessions, mashed up his knees and mashed up, you know what I mean? And to be honest, the lack of support over there, maybe he could just got caught out. You know what I'm saying? You know, thinking.
Say that, you know, Rog. Having said that, everybody thinks Larry Cunningham kind of faded. No, he far from. Came back to England, signed for Man United.
Yeah.
Ron Atkinson brought him to Man United.
And
he played in the FA Cup final
against
Man United as well.
No, he played against Wimbledon. He played for Wimbledon and beat Liverpool. He came on.
Right.
He came on and bust up 2 skill and won the FA Cup against Liverpool back in the day.
Yeah, but he signed for Man United though, innit?
Yeah. So he carried on.
He's a great footballer, man. You know, and it's just a shame that he died prematurely in the way he did.
But also them days, them the times where he was the best player, best winger in England, but they wouldn't fit him into the England team. You know what I'm saying?
They had a certain player at Liverpool.
Who was that?
I don't think that should be an excuse because they could pay both of them.
Probably. Yeah, but bro, nowadays, but probably back in them days, you can't pick 2 of them, mate.
Yeah, there's only space for one.
There's only one space for one.
Space for one, man. 100%, bro. You're 100. It's space for one, man. But no, Auntie, that's a bigger one anyway. So yeah. But all right, then, guys, let me hit you another one from myself. I would have to say, growing up, watching a bit of, I would say, the athletics at its peak. And I'm looking at, you know, I was disappointed. You know what I'm saying? Well, I would say we'll talk about the Americans but I thought, you know, let me just keep it UK, and you have to say Linford Christie was quite a character back in the day, and as much as there was a point where you're thinking, oh mate, you should have, you know what I mean, use Jamaica, because Jamaica was small quite then when it came to athletics, and he's like, Jamaican man, come on, rock the flag a bit more, and obviously we found out he was Jamaican much later on, but you know,
I didn't like him.
It was you know, but the thing is,
Linford had that. Linford had that black man arrogance about him.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
He had that arrogance about him. He knew what he was, and he knew he could defend it. And he was black.
And he was against Americans, man. The Americans at the time were absolute animals at the 100 meters, man. They was 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 down to break the Americans in the 100 meters in that period. Was me impossible, and to win 100 meters in that period, you have to salute him. And out of all the athletics greats, for there's Colin Jackson, but you don't relate
to him, do you?
Yeah, nah.
I didn't relate to Colin Jackson. I didn't look up to him as no big.
Yeah, I mean,
inspiration. I'm just being honest. I didn't look at him like that.
Nah. But Linford Christie, when it comes to athletics, for me, from a UK perspective, I can pull out all these Americans like Michael Johnson, Carl Lewis, Ed Moses, all these guys. But you know, when you really sit down and think about it, from a UK standpoint, and now he's been outed out, he's Jamaican born as well. You know, same area my dad come from anyway, up in St Andrew. But the reality show is that, you know, a young boy born in the Caribbean came over here and dominated athletics. I just felt like my only disappointed for Linford is he should have repped Jamaica a lot more in the prime of his career, but a lot of people didn't do that because they just did it to get by in that period, and that's the knowledge that we had. I don't know if you guys agree with that one.
I think when Linford was around running at his peak, Jamaica didn't have no 100 meters. We didn't have no.
Yeah, no.
Shouting about them days.
Yeah.
Like he says, Raj, it was an American-dominated team.
Yeah, 100%.
We had that funny guy. Right name, Carl Lewis, bro.
Yeah. You don't like him? You have to rate him, bro. My mum was doing 200 meters, 100, a long jump.
I respect what he's achieved in the sport.
Yeah.
But I don't like him. I didn't like the way he was going after the way he went for Ben. Okay, Ben proved that he cheated. We all know. We know this. But the way he went on, bro, like, man can't run that fast rear. So what would he be saying if he had came up against the Usain Bolt at that time?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. But
that's what I didn't like about Carl Lewis. He was very quick to point fingers. Very quick to point fingers, but you know, we'll leave that because that's personal then. That's going personal. You know what I mean? But so going back to Linford at the time, Linford did, and then wasn't Maurice Green about still when Linford? Maurice Green came about as well, and Maurice Green was.
And there's a Mitchell, and there's a Mitchell guy. Is it Mitchell?
Yeah, Dennis Mitchell. Didn't like him. He didn't like him anyway. I didn't think he was that great a runner. But yeah, Dennis Mitchell, Maurice Green, and then Linford had to take on all of those on his J's, bro. On his J's, and he did it. He flipping did it. So again.
He took the Americans on, which nobody else.
And he was black, but as we said earlier, bro. But he still remembered his blackness. Yeah. That's the thing with Linford, with a lot of the sportsmen over here. This is why I'm talking for myself. Why I wasn't gravitated to him, because I felt that they didn't embrace their black. Like John Barnes for me didn't embrace his blackness. Okay. I knew he was born in Jamaica. I know all the Caribbean, but he wasn't. He wasn't
walking like it.
I'd be like, it doesn't come from the part of Jamaica my mum comes from. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because it just, my mum was ghetto. My mum's a ghetto youth. You understand? So she looks out for people. John Barnes just didn't look to me like he was looking out for his fellow black people. I just don't.
You know when you go to the Caribbean islands, there's always that one area that people say that's where the posh people live. Stuff like that. That's where you would have Steve Jobs. He must have come.
John was down there kicking ball, bro. You know what I mean?
Him dad sent him over when he was 16, man. He's still ones in it, you know what I mean? Dad sent him over to get educated, because he's very educated, man. His sister is very educated as well. You know what I'm saying?
His army, it's not even because he got sent. He was in the army. You know, when you're army kid, you're on that hard. And from what I heard, John Barnes' dad was a disciplinarian, very strict. Very strict. So, but great call Linford Christie. Big things, big things.
Okay, Marcus, look us up in the one, man.
All right. There's too many to go. You know, I'm gonna go with Eusébio, and the reason I had to say Eusébio, his record speaks for itself. The guy was a beast in front of the goal. The guy was a beast on the ball. Everything.
1 minute, one second. You know, Roger's gonna. Is he cousin in it from Portugal? You know,
but no. He's got Mozambique roots, but that's what he's got. So it's not quite. He's not quite.
You're from Madeira.
Yeah. We're in that rootage, man. We're in that rootage. Different rootage, bro.
But when I really got into like football properly, I played more of a attacking position. So like, I used to try to look at the players that I felt, you know, I could watch and say, yeah, it was really good. And it was a hard choice actually, because I was gonna say, who's the other guy I put down? I can't remember who it was now. But because obviously you got all your regulars that people talk about, like your Peles and stuff like that. But there was something about Eusébio, which I really, really liked. And the thing is, he wasn't even a massive guy either. I would say he was a small guy, going about his business, banging goals, making those runs. He was just like, you watch them players and you think to yourself, as soon as they get the ball, you expect something's going to happen. He was that kind of player in that time for me. So yeah, I think Eusébio would be the guy that I would say was a superhero for me, looking up to, definitely.
Good player.
Good player. I think he was a George Weah before his time.
I don't think he gets the
props. No, because the thing is, he's just a top secret thing. Because I feel that, you know, in Europe at that time, he was like 20 years before that time, before black players could really come through, and he was coming through at a time where Brazil embraced Pele. And I remember Pele, the documentary and the talk. Pele played, you know, the Benfica versus what's Pele's team called? Santos. And Pele saw Eusébio scored, and he said, "Freaking it, man! That guy's taking over from me all day long, every day." He just saw him and said, "Yo, that's a baller right there, still, yeah." But the thing is, at the time at that season in Europe. Sorry guys, let's be real. They weren't going to pick up Eusébio, and I'll always say the biggest fraud was 1966 World Cup, where they should have played Portugal at Everton, but they forced them to play them at Wembley. England frauded and then made sure they had Russian linesmen. Come on, man, that's FA, British FA. PP'd all over there, suit himself, and that's what they did. They tried to do that in the last Euros by actually upping. Remember, it was all restrictions, and all of a sudden they took down the restrictions for the finals. Why is that? Oh, to give England a chance to win.
England's a great opportunity to win.
You think I'm stupid? England just dark, you know, when they're ready, you know. They're dark.
Bro, always have been.
Dark, you know.
The thing is now, we've clocked on. We recognise it. Back in the day, we didn't.
Bro.
But
Eusébio, salute, man. He's gone.
Great one, Marcus.
When you look at, I would just tell you what his record is. So the man made 436 appearances. And out of those 436 appearances, he scored 424 goals.
Nice.
How many strikers do you know that had...
only 20 games he never scored in them.
Listen. Wow. The guy who you know has that kind of record. Which striker? Name me. Not even Messi and Ronaldo had that kind of record.
Harry Kane?
Not in terms of ratio. even internationally, 64 games, 41 goals. You know what I'm saying? The guy was a beast.
Absolutely no, man. Bro. No, that's what I'm saying. We have to salute him. No, 100%, bro. Because he is absolute beast. You know, and again, that's somebody who later on in life I kind of looked into, and I feel that his history got lost because nobody really recorded him, interviewed him properly, looked at his early games and whatever. They're still, Remember, you know, imagine Mozambique. He wasn't professionally trained in Mozambique. There weren't no big, massive professional coaching systems back in them days. He's just a raw talent that came to the country and he learned quick.
They still haven't got no coaches like that nowadays.
Bro, you know what I'm saying, bro? You know what I mean, bro? You know, so he's just absolutely crazy, bro. Absolutely crazy. Anthony, go and give me another one, man.
All right, bro. I'm looking at my list here, and I'm thinking, yo,
we're on 7, guys.
Footballers. So just to go out and be controversial, I'm going to go a bit out of the football sport now. I'm going to go into a sport that, growing up, I'm just going to tell you the sport's tennis. And before I saw the Williams sisters, I can only remember seeing 2 black professional tennis players. One was Arthur Ashe.
No, I can't remember him.
And the other was Yannick Noah.
Oh, Yannick, man. I remember Yannick with the dread.
With the
man, the dread,
Yannick Noah. Yeah. But I'm choosing Arthur Ashe.
Okay.
And the reason I'm choosing Arthur Ashe, because I remember, again, I'm a bit older than you guys, so I remember growing up and my dad used to tell me about Arthur Ashe. We used to talk about tennis, because I used to love Bjorn Borg. Bjorn Borg was my guy.
Yeah. Okay. I like McEnroe.
My dad used to tell me about, I'm a good player, but you're not ready for Arthur Ashe. He used to tell me, it's Arthur Ashe. So I Googled Arthur Ashe and go, like us again, Arthur Ashe. Bit like Roger, used to wear glasses, bit darker than Roger, afro, well-mannered, well-spoken. First black man, only black man to win Wimbledon, I think.
Wimbledon, is it? He won the American US Open. Yeah.
So, but for me again, it was reason why I chose him, because again, as a kid growing up in the 80s, all I used to see is white faces.
Oh, bro,
all these sports were predominantly white faces. Yeah, man. White faces,
white 100%.
So growing up in that era, you think, well, I can't do that because there's no black people there. But boom, we saw Arthur Ashe. So Arthur Ashe gave me a light bulb. Not that I wanted to play tennis, but at least I knew I got someone I can aspire to, someone I can draw off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm sure Arthur Ashe, he died of heart. I'm sure he died of contaminated. I'm sure he died of AIDS or something like that. He got contaminated blood.
Oh, Lord.
Or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Arthur Ashe died by, I think he got contaminated blood, HIV, and he died. But again, Arthur Ashe, for me, as a black kid growing up, it was just, for me again, as I wrote here, black man winning in a white-dominated sport.
Yeah, man.
And growing up as a kid from the inner city, I can't talk for anybody for black kids, but that's what I used to love, because we're the underdog. We're the underdog. We've always been the underdog. You understand? No blacks, no dog, no Irish, no that. We've always been the outcast. So for us, the outcast, to come to the table, fling the table over, and saying we run this thing, salute man like that. And remember, we're talking about, he was American, and we all know what goes on in America, the lynching, the KKK, and all that. For him to go through all those prejudice, discrimination things, and to still excel in that sport as a black man. And I'm sure one of those courts in America is the Arthur Ashe. I'm sure the Arthur Ashe court. I'm sure it's,
Okay.
I'm sure they've got one in him. So for me, as again, Arthur Ashe was an inspiration for me as a black youth growing up, seeing a black man on television play a sport that you got no right to be. in the top 10. You got no right to be in there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
100%, yeah.
So that's why, for me, I love those kind of people who.
No, that's blessed, brother.
Even though they're the underdog, they don't give up, bro.
And you know, they never had the facilities, they never had the coaching that the other colleagues had. We are minus 20 before we start, and to excel and to win a title in a period where everything, even court judgments, you know, lying court,
everything was going against the black man, bro. Everything was against the black man, bro. You know what I mean? So for Arthur Ashe to excel how he did, and as I said, he opened the door for Yannick Noah, the French youth. And I think he won the French Open once. I think that's the only title he ever won, the French Open. He got to the final. But I remember Yannick Noah. I just remember his locks. He was tall, he had locks. You know what I mean? And, you know, again, as I said, as a black youth, very impressionable, you know, these are the people I looked up to. These are the sporting people I aspired to want to, you know, replicate.
Yeah, what's happening out there? Now I'm gonna hit one, guys, which is again another one in a sport that we don't play. Yeah, and it's straight up Tiger Woods, man. You know what I mean?
Tiger Woods.
Just saying, you know what I mean? Because I know he might not want to talk about it when it relates to blackness anyway. Still, yeah, he might be one of that guy anyway. But you have to say, man, back when I was about 18, yeah, he transformed the sport. Nike wasn't interested in this sport, bro. You know what I'm saying? They weren't on it. They weren't on it with Tiger Woods, and he's transformed the sport. He was absolutely, obviously, let his personal life come and take over and mash up his, you know, the whole things and whatever. So I personally believe, anyway. Still, yeah, he could have got much further with what he's got. He could have broken all the records that he had ahead of him. But again, to this day, everybody reveres Tiger Woods, and to you know, and you have to salute what he's done in the sport. We had no right playing. We were bringing the sugar water to the lemonade to the executives in the thing. What on earth are you doing on the golf court playing golf? We don't do that stuff. You know what I mean? So I don't know what you think about that, Marcus. But you know, I firmly believe Tiger Woods.
I mean, I literally had no interest in golf till he came.
Well, nothing.
Till he came. Obviously, you know, you do your little mess about with your crazy golf, or like I've been to a few driving ranges and stuff just as like, you know, stag nights and whatever. But in terms of actual interest in the sport, it wasn't until he came about. And you know what it was for me? It wasn't just the fact that it was a black man in the sport. It was a dominating black man.
Yeah.
And I'm watching it and I'm thinking to myself, you know what?
He's number one for ages. He was.
Yeah, and he was still is a top golfer.
Yeah.
And again, you got to also take into consideration, like you in so many other sports, like tennis, like that was just mentioned. Seeing, for me, golf is one of them sports that seeing any black person in there, right, is always a special thing.
Yeah, 100%.
So for him to come in and dominate the way he did, I think it was tremendous. So yeah, for me, that's a great shout.
Yeah, big up.
I was thinking, you see, the only reason I didn't pick Tiger Woods, like Marcus says at the beginning, because he was picking people who, when I was growing up, I was grown when Tiger came. I was grown, you get me? But his achievement, bro. Bridging. Tiger Woods got me watching golf, because I wouldn't put golf on my team, but sit down and watch golf.
Bro, no way.
Not a chance, bro. Not a chance, bro. You got more chance than me watching paint dry.
Bro, I didn't even know what Eagle was, bro, and all them thing there, man. Umpire and all the thing. I was like, what the hell are you on about, bro?
What the hell's all this? Again, that was similar to tennis.
Yeah.
It's the same thing to take. Arthur Ashe, Yannick Noah.
Yeah.
I didn't see too much of Arthur Ashe. It was more my dad told me about Arthur Ashe. I saw the clip it. But Yannick Noah, I can remember watching him play French Open and stuff like that. So I could relate that way. But there wasn't, apart from Yannick Noah, then the Williams sisters came. Yeah, there was no real black players before or in that time. So golf now, bro, I don't think we're ever going to see another. I think the only time we'll see another black player is going to be a Woods. I think his son, because his son's supposed to be a bit of a player. You know, but I can't see another black golfer coming. I just can't see. No. I just can't see. Can't see. But it's a great shout. Absolute great shout.
Not
great shout.
You know what I'm saying? So Tiger, salute you, bro. Salute you, man. As much, you know what I mean? Yeah, you could have done more for the community, but you know, it's so good, innit? You know what I mean? But you have to just salute what you done, man. You did big things, man. Go on, Marcus, hit me another one, man. This will be number 10, guys. So we've hit 10 now, and I know we've got a couple more to go through.
You know, before I give my one, I do want to just give a, because we kind of touched on it, or should I say, Ant kind of touched on it, I have to say the Williams sisters, because again, for a sport dominated predominantly by white people,
Steffi Graf,
they came in there, and I don't care what nobody says to me. I don't care what rankings might say. For me, as soon as these girls came in, number 1 and number 2 in the world, straight. Standard. So
Williams sisters,
like special mention. Yeah, the Williams sisters, straight for me. Number 1, number 2. I don't care who was there when they came.
Yeah,
them guys just like
real talk, bro. Because I remember, because you know what, when you talk about the Williams sisters now, okay, you sit there and talk about Williams sisters. They say, oh, Serena's had a better career, did it? Bro, how many Wimbledons has Venus won? Wasn't it 4 or 5 or something like that?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. The family dominated, bro. The family dominated.
And you know what? When the first two, Venus has always been my favourite out the two. Venus has always been my favourite out the two.
Okay.
I don't know what it was, but I always when Venus and Serena played in the final, always wanted Venus to win.
Okay.
Always wanted Venus to win. Yeah. Don't know what it is. But you know, and obviously she lost a bit. She lost, but it's in the family, so you don't really care. Yeah. But
here's something, guys. Yeah, but have you noticed whenever they're playing now, sometimes I don't like watching them play because of the commentators are very derogative towards the way they play. Yeah, they always
very aggressive,
very
powerful.
You know what I'm saying? There's no skill. There's no skill. And when I watch Wimbledon finals and the first single white person, it almost says, "Oh, they want to support the underdog."
Look at the backhand. Look at the subtlety of the backhand. They're always because my girls coming with some brute black power force. There's no skill to it.
Exactly.
There's no skill to it.
You know
Come on, man.
You know, so I found it very derogative, a lot of the commentators, and they struggled. I think it's only really McEnroe that really bigs them up, because he is always going, oh my gosh, this is the amount of titles, it's incredible, she's got to be the greatest ever, I wanted to win the title ever. But you know that the person next to him don't want to win. They want to bring through another white saviour, they want to bring through another Steffi Graf, they wanted was it Monica Hingis? Yeah, they wanted her to take over. They, you know what I mean, and Celeste, or I don't know if you can Celeste.
There've been so many.
Yeah, triers. Sharapova. You know, Sharapova was on more money on her ban than Venus was getting. She was getting 10 times more money. She's the most. I think she's even 10 times getting more money off court.
Because she was the looker in it.
Yeah. But the thing is, she was getting she's on a drugs ban, and she's still earning money. Blonde hair white girl is still earning more money than the black undefeated champion. It's just like shows like, yo guys, if you, and this is not 25 years ago, this is 5 years ago, 6 years ago. It's just, you're taking a mick, people, because Venus doesn't look like what you want to put up there. That's just blatant foolishness, and I don't care what anyone says. Oh, Roger, that's not racism. That's just the way it goes. No. When you get banned as a black person, you're finished. Born. You know what I mean? Forget your career. Forget every sponsorship. You lose everything. Tiger lost a lot when he got into trouble and all that business. He lost a lot of deals and whatsoever. So why didn't that happen for Sharapova? And when she came back in, she can't even win nothing.
The only people who didn't diss Tiger was Nike.
Yeah, exactly. Because
Nike stood by him.
Yeah.
And that's why I would always mess with Nike for standing by Tiger Woods and for supporting Colin Kaepernick.
Yes, they don't feel no way. They'll stand up.
Yeah. And you see, again, my next one, I called us, I just said the name, Colin Kaepernick, another hero.
Okay.
But as a big man, but I'm not using him. I'm just saying. Because I'm just saying.
I still got to give mine as well before. That was just a special mention.
Oh, bro, you can't be.
Come through. Colin Kaepernick, bro. Colin Kaepernick. You see, sorry, people. You know, as Roger said at the beginning of the show, we're gonna probably end up with rare because there's so many, and I hope you people at the BBC are watching. We're not just picking names because they're black skinned. There's meaning behind it. There's a connection behind the names that we're talking about, not just because they're black, but there's reasons why we're talking about these people. You get what I'm saying? Okay, then. My brother just decided, I didn't think there'd be any women, but I forgot about the Williams sisters. But I'm gonna choose Empress. Me growing up, I'm gonna draw you back to the Olympics. I can't remember the year. The javelin. Tessa Sanderson, stand up and salute. You understand? Because I remember it was all about Fatima Whitbread.
Yeah, man.
It was all about Fatima Whitbread. England's hopes on Fatima Whitbread. You know, our only medal hope in the women's javelin is Fatima Whitbread, you know. Fatima Whitbread, you know. They forgot about Tessa Sanderson, who's been here how many years? Long before Fatima Whitbread.
Yeah, man.
But Fatima came in, and let's be real, Fatima was built like a Russian back in them days when you look at it now. Yeah? Yeah? She was built like a Russian. And it says, and I say this for saying that Tessa Sanderson was a big girl still. Don't get it twisted. And when I say Whitbread, she was Russian. She was like thick, but solid thick.
Yeah.
Whereas Tessa Sanderson was curry goat and rice thick. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying?
It's true.
Curry goat and rice thick.
Yeah.
You see me?
She had the slender shoulders.
Said, I never forget that. And Tessa threw the throw of her life, bro.
Yeah, man.
And she won the Olympic gold. And all Fatima Whitbread got was the bronze. And if you remember now, Sanderson, because of that, I put it here. It says nobody gave her a chance. It was all about Fatima Whitbread. Let me see what I put on the back, and then I put. What I loved about Tessa Sanderson, she wasn't your typical fair-skinned, slim.
Yeah.
She was a back-home girl, man.
This is what I put. Not the fair-skinned type. Tessa looked like my girlfriends, girls I used to go to school with, girls used to run joke with.
Yeah.
As I says, bro, you know, bit flabby, not ugly. Might be carrying a bit of timber, but that's because of the diet at home, the chicken and rice and the mutton and rice and the oxtail and the stew pea and all those kind of things. You understand? That's why she was carrying a bit of timber, not because she was a greedy cow, but she's eating some good food, bro. She's eating good because remember, Tessa Sanderson's she's a Jamaican. She's a Jamaican. Remember? And if you remember, who did she bring through? My brother, Mr. Motivation. Mr. Motivation. You understand what I'm saying? So, but for me as a hero growing up, Tessa Sanderson, fam. Tessa Sanderson, because Tessa Sanderson made every black girl know we can do something, we can achieve.
Come on. Yeah. True.
I don't have to look like a light-skinned Cindy or a light-skinned Barbie.
Yeah.
I have to have some pencil slim figure. No, I can have my little curvaceous and my big hips and my batty. Sorry, my bumper. You understand? She can getting excited. See the excitement that's in them. You understand? She didn't have to that conventional look. What we thought growing up in the 80s, especially because a lot of dark-skinned women had complexes because of the way society pictured them. Because remember the film School Days, the Jigaboos versus the Wallabies. The Wallabies were the fair-skinned black girls, and the Jigaboos were the dark-skinned black girls. And I had these two people, clashing, blacks versus blacks. You see, that's how much they got us confused.
Yeah, man. Come on.
Understand? And as I says, for me, Tessa Sanderson proved I don't have to look like the establishment. What the establishment wants me to. I don't have to look like Sade. You understand?
Sade,
I don't have to look like Sade. And I don't have to look manly like what Fatima Whitbread. Because as I said, Tessa Sanderson was not an ugly woman.
Yeah. She had the Jerry curl at the time because the girls had the Jerry curl.
Yeah, she went through that Jerry curls. Yeah. And I think everything culminated in that Olympic, because from then she just lived off that Olympic gold. She didn't do nothing after that. And I don't think Whitbread I think Whitbread only got a silver and she retired.
Yeah. No one does.
And what hurt her the most was that she lost. Because if I remember correctly, I think she was very racial towards Tessa Sanderson. If I remember correctly, she was very rude to her, disrespectful to her. That said Fatima Whitbread. Yeah.
Okay. No, that's great. But listen, I'm gonna go back to Marcus because Marcus did have somebody lined up. He kind of sneaked in. He sneaked in one like you.
Not only because like Ant mentioned them, I wasn't sure if we were gonna bring them in. You have to give them special mentions, man.
Williams sisters, and we sneaked in Kaepernick there, and we brought in Tessa Sanderson. But let's go back to Marcus. What are you saying, man?
So yeah, this guy, footballer. When I was growing up, one of the teams that my uncle played for was Leyton Orient, but he used to like love football all over, and he used to tell me about this guy called Salif Keïta. And I never saw the guy play. My uncle used to tell me all the stuff he's doing. It's not till much later when you see they started putting stuff on YouTube and whatnot that I really got into him. But this guy, his record again, ridiculous. Great movement. Dribbling was like really good. He played for like Saint Etienne. He was in Spain. He was in Portugal. So he did a bit of traveling during his time as well. But yeah, he had a crazy record at Saint Etienne. I think I got it down on my notes actually.
When's this in the 90s?
No, this is going back even further.
Okay.
So he was at Saint Etienne in 1967.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, fair play, man.
And then he went to Valencia. Then he went to Sporting after that.
Okay.
But yeah, his goal record was like 414 games, 242 goals. So a goal every other game, near enough, or just a bit more.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I started watching, my uncle used to show me the skills that he says that the guy used to do. So it's just mimic.
Okay.
Like I said, it's not until like YouTube and all them other video platforms came along, and I actually got to see who the guy was all this time that I was trying to emulate through my uncle. And I started to see, you know what, this guy had a bit of skill. So yes, Salif Keïta for me.
No, that's big, man. That's big. Because I think sometimes, them the ones that inspire somebody to be that great, man. You know what I'm saying? And Salif Keïta is good because we've seen the Bear Keïtas come through afterwards. You know what I mean? But them Keïtas, he needed a Salif to go and show. But we had to show what we got. You know what I'm saying? And in a system where it's tough, man.
And like I said, it was very surprising because in that time, the fact that he actually was, like I said, in France, and then he went to Spain, then he went to Portugal. So, and as a black footballer doing that and getting games, he didn't just go there and just sit on TV, and he was getting games. You know what I'm saying?
That's big.
Yeah, it was good, man.
No, that's proper. But let me kick into one of my ones anyway. Still, guys, I'm just gonna go straight to this one. I was a little youth, and I was coming through, and at the time on ITV, there was a lot of boxing on TV, and there's this guy that was One Punching Man's, and his name's Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying?
I had him on mine as well.
I thought I'd sneak it in before Anthony mentions Mike Tyson still, cause I know he likes his, got Mike Tyson there. Okay, cool. Oh, it's like that.
No,
okay.
I got him.
Yeah.
But again, as I said, I choose from my growing up.
You're growing up. I
was grown when Mike came about. I was grown.
Listen, man.
Get what I'm saying? I
remember Mike Tyson I never forget it, is against a Brazilian boxer. And he walked into the round and he must have knocked him out and then walked back to the side in the first round. I'm thinking, he's this kid. This is no manners. And the thing is, for me, I'm not a fighter. I don't know much about fighting. I don't know. I know Auntie's more into boxing than myself and whatever. But Mike was heavy, but he was small. You know what I'm saying? He was a small guy.
Mike Tyson at his peak of fighting is the same weight as Alexander Usyk.
This is what I'm saying, bro. Like, and
15 stone.
And the thing is,
didn't fight above that.
And he never had massive legs. He always had that, that tough. And his neck was his neck. Everyone said at the time, I remember, his neck. He said to knock that neck off. He's not knocking it off, man. And I just, again, like Tiger Woods, these guys, their personal lives kind of distracted what they could have been. You know what I'm saying? And they needed a Sir Alex Ferguson just to keep them in line. You know what I mean? Them ones that just say, go home to yard now, and send man to make sure they go home and never leave out the house, to go to the club when they're going clubbing and say, get back to the yard. If they just needed that. And everyone know Mike Tyson, when he went to Don King and he kind of got a bit too much party and he kind of, things never really worked out from there. But you have to say, Mike Tyson, he terrorized people. Absolutely terrorized, and he could have been the greatest ever if he carried on the way he's done. Like Tiger Woods, Tiger Woods could have broke all the records and done the dance already. Mike Tyson, unfortunately, his personal life tripped him up on the way. Not like Muhammad Ali, who had
wasn't in his personal life. You see, the problem with what happened to Mike Tyson, you got too much scheming, wicked black women out there. No, I'm just gonna talk it, fam. Scheme, because bro.
Yeah, it got done, man. It got done, bro. It got done over.
Look what Robin Givens and her mum did Mike Tyson away. They did him over, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
Saw him coming, and mugged him off.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And that's our black mothers, that's our black empresses, you know, who were showing their black sisters and the black girls up underneath them. So it's okay for you to grow up, go out the man, use him just for his money, then palm him off.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So we have to be mindful of what we're doing. We can big up black people as much as we want, but we got a lot of black people who've shamed us. Yeah. And Robin Givens is one of them.
All right, man.
Robin Givens is one of them.
Man went there, you know. Man went there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, you know me, fam. You know how I stay. I talk the thing. I got no time for no wrapping up. Robin Givens, if I see her tomorrow, I tell her to her face, you're a wicked black woman. For what you did to Mike Tyson, you're wicked, and God's wickedest judgment comes on you.
I have to agree with you about Mike Tyson though, because like the guy for me, again, I was more of a, you know, in that kind of modern day boxing, I was more of a Lennox fan. Yeah. But Tyson, you can't. I mean, the guy literally was, I suppose in a way he was their Deontay Wilder. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But with more skill, a lot more skill, because Tyson was actually a steward of the game. He studied boxing. Do you know what I'm saying? So and the thing is, when I look at some of the fights, a lot of the fights that I see Tyson get into, he was the smaller guy in terms of height. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. He was knocking guys out. There was one fight he get, I think the guy's name was Trevor something. I can't remember what his last name was. Yeah, that guy. When I see Tyson fight that guy, the guy couldn't stand at the end.
That when he couldn't stand him.
Yeah, he couldn't stand. Best start.
Madness, bro. The reaction, the delayed reaction to his legs.
Yeah.
I was laughing, bro. The guy, Tyson was just a beast, man.
I'll tell you what. You see, for me, Mike was great, but the best knockout for me, when you got 5 minutes, go and watch it. Put Mike Tyson versus Pinkland Thomas and count how many punches Mike Tyson throws before this man hits the deck. Just count how many punches he throws, how many combinations this man took before he hit the deck.
What's it called?
Pinkland Thomas. Mike Tyson versus Pinkland Thomas. Watch it and count it. Count how many punches. Bro, every time I watch it, I just think, yo, Mike Tyson was beast, you know. It was beast. And that's the sad thing for me with Mike and Lennox Lewis and that. Yeah, everybody thought Lennox, had to beat Mike Tyson, but you didn't beat Mike. Not when he was the baddest man on the planet. You beat Mike Tyson, but not when he was the baddest man on the planet. When he was the baddest man on the planet. He was unbeatable.
Oh my! How did they not throw the towel there, man?
Oh, you see?
I'm watching it right now as well, you know. Oh my!
How did they not throw the towel there, man? Come on.
Count how many punches, my man.
You can't even keep up with it, bro. The guy threw so many punches in that little rally, but how did they not throw the towel in there?
This is what I'm saying, fam. This is what I'm saying, fam. And this is what I'm saying about. We're going off subject 2 seconds. Me and Roger was talking about the Wilder, obviously, Tyson Fury fight.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing we're saying. You know, look at the beating Pinkland Thomas just took. But he never came out and says, because Mike had this in his gloves and he had that in his gloves and put this in the water and they didn't do that. This is what I'm saying. That's why I don't even call his name the chump who's fighting Tyson Fury on Saturday. I don't call his name because as a black person, he's embarrassed me. Because as black people, you know, we can, as people, we don't win everybody doesn't get W's every day. We have to take losses in life. And it's how you respond to losses in life that shows you what type of person. Like the Bible tells us, it's easy to love the people you can love. It's easy to love Roger. Roger's my friend. But can I love the geezer who chatted lies on me and got me sacked from my job? Can I love him?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And this is the thing, fam. And that's why I got no time for
He's just full of excuses. When I heard him say that, he's outfit and mash up his legs, I was like, dude, come on, man.
Bro, he's too much. It hurt his neck. You know what I mean?
His press conference yesterday. We'll talk about it after.
We'll get to. I think we're going to do. But next week we're definitely going to be doing a boxing special because we're going to catch up on the boxing and we do a reflection on the internationals as well. Still, But let's carry on, guys. Right, we're going to close off soon. But I still reckon we're still missing some heroes on his list anyway. So I'll put Mike Tyson there. Right, Marcus, go on. Who else you got? There is some great.
You know what? There's one guy that I wanted to put on there. Right. He did. He wasn't so much like when I was growing up inspiration, but just watching his journey in general. And it might sound like a strange one, but I had to put Ruud Gullit on there.
Oh yeah, same here. Same here.
Yeah, the guy. We know the guy was an absolute baller. Achieved so much, for himself, and he had a great reputation as well. But what I also liked was the fact that because he also went into management. Do you know what I'm saying? And you're talking about at a time again where there wasn't really no black managers.
Yeah.
So for me, he was a great footballer. You've gone in and you've tried to break the barriers in terms of and for me that just got my respect completely. Yeah. So I put Ruud Gullit on there.
No, I've got him on my list, bro. I didn't want to go too early on him anyway, so we'll see somebody else pick him. But you know what, as well, I believe he's the first black international captain to pick up a winner's to lift up the trophy for Holland. When he won it for Holland, and what makes it even better, he had dreads on. Because remember the Brazilian captains weren't black. The best
Carlos
baller.
Alberto was black.
Who?
Carlos Alberto was black.
Alberto.
Yeah, 1970. What are you sniffing?
Bro, listen, man.
Was he captain, yeah?
He was captain.
Yeah.
Was he the... Oh, he's okay.
Carlos Alberto.
He's about 15 shades lighter than me, bro. He's Portuguese. He's definitely Portuguese.
Oh, here we go.
Yes, sir, yeah.
Portuguese.
He's a geezer,
bro.
We're talking about the same player, the centre back, yeah?
The geezer scored the 4th goal in this 4-1 World Cup final against Italy. Carlos Alberto.
His hair flows down like this way. You know what I'm saying? But okay, right. So when I say, got a bit of kink in his hair, but me personally, I more than the one drop rule. What I would say,
Carlos Alberto was blacker than Garrincha, fam.
Was
know
he?
that?
Was he?
Know that?
I need to check that.
I put Garrincha on my list, man. Garrincha was a beast as well. He should have been on my list.
That was he. That's what I'm talking about. What Roger's talking. Look at the picture of Carlos Alberto.
All right. So Ruud Gullit is the first European black person in Europe to lift up a major trophy for a European nation. Full stop. You know what I'm saying? There ain't nobody in Europe that's lifted up. But I don't think has anyone done it, lift it up afterwards. Who's captain of the French teams? It's always was Vieira?
No, it wasn't Vieira. Wasn't no.
Was he Desailly? No, it's always Deschamps.
No.
It was Deschamps. So even with France, I'm thinking it's always the who won the World Cup? Yeah.
What do you mean? Even with France? France is a white man country. What do you mean? Even with France? It's going to be because it's a white man country. Stop kidding yourself, bro.
Okay.
Talking them rubbish, bro. Like even with France.
Well, I'm thinking.
Don't get me ignorant in here today, bro.
I'm thinking out of all the all the trophies they won lately, didn't have a black player lift up the trophies.
Can you see that picture? Hold on.
Yeah. I can see your screen. No. Yeah, leave it there.
Can you see that picture?
Oh snap! Is that Carlos Alberto?
Yo, is that Carlos Alberto?
One second.
Why I know you haven't got a clue of half the things you talk about, but you don't know.
I think you're thinking of the other one.
Revellino.
You're thinking of the other one, I think.
Mate, Jairzinho's black.
Yeah, I know, all day.
Probably not as black as Pele.
Snap, you right.
Probably not as dark as Pele, but they were black.
Yeah, sorry, my bad. I just seen some pictures. You know what? I've never really watched a picture with him, bro. Yeah. You know what I've probably watched his goals.
You've probably been watching that 1970 in black and white then, bro, yeah? Because when you see him score the 4th goal, you can see he's clearly a black dude.
Yeah, I was looking at some shots of him with his afro out, man. Yeah. He's like Uno Espirito. Yeah, I mean that black. Yeah, cool. Yeah, okay, that's my uncle's, man. Yeah, man, say. But no, that's common. But no, for me, Ruud Gullit, inspirational. Played for Milan in a big up time. Went Sampdoria, smashed it. Went back to Milan. Part of Rijkaard, Gullit, Van Basten, the 3 Dutch guys versus the 3 Germans is an epic period. I don't know if you guys remember that Inter Milan versus AC Milan in that period there. It was the battle of all battles, you know what I'm saying? Auntie's there, Auntie's got Inter Milan shirt on, you know what I mean? But yo,
Never been them little also runs of Italian football. Always been the old lady, senora, bow down and kiss the ring, bro. Yeah, you know it is. Juventus, bro. Yeah, the team that nobody can't turn down. You don't turn down Juventus. Boy turn now then, yeah?
Alright, yeah, go, bro.
I'm gonna give you about 5, bro, because you lot have just snuck in some sneakers there, bro. First one, I'm gonna sneak in.
Go.
The first black player to play for England, Viv Anderson.
Yeah, all day.
Viv Anderson, again, growing up in a white-dominated sport. Viv Anderson, probably the first black man to win the European Cup. It'd be interesting to think back and go back and look into it. But
Eusébio would have won it.
English.
So yeah, he's
first black Englishman to win the European Cup.
Cool. Yeah.
First black Englishman to win the European Cup. First black Englishman to represent England. Again, with this one, it's more because he was black and I was black, because I still think he was a bit Frank Bruno for me, Viv Anderson. But as a footballer, for his playing ability, nobody could test him. Nobody could test him. He played for the greats. He played for Arsenal. He played for Man United. You know, you don't play for them established giant teams as a black man in them days if you haven't got no ability.
Yeah, not as far as Arsenal and Man United, them 3 teams there, man. Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Brian Clough, that's why I love Brian. Brian Clough pushed him to become that first black player to play for England. So, for me again, pioneer, waving the flag. You know, people could even say Viv Anderson really at the time, best right back in the world, but they wouldn't look at it like that. There was argument. There was argument. And then I'll just round it off with another 2. No, I was going to go with the 3 degrees at Arsenal. David Rocastle, Paul Davies, Michael Thomas. Original Highland boys before the class of 1992 and all that fart. Yeah, we had it before with black brothers. These 3 black geezers came through Highland, went to the famous Anfield, 2-0, silenced the cop.
I remember that day, like yesterday. I remember that day.
Let's be real. At this time, Liverpool was not just the best team in England; they were the best team
in the world. They're probably the world.
Yeah, even the world. Yeah. Being honest, as much as it will hurt a lot of Man United fans to hear that, it's the truth. Liverpool probably with them was the best club team in world football.
Yeah, then. 100% then.
And we had Michael Thomas and David Rocastle and Paul Davies who came through. Like I said, we didn't get no programs about the class of '89. George Graham didn't get no big up about bringing these 3 blacks through like Fergie did through his little fledglings around that Manchester. Yeah. Because, you know, it's different because the skin tone's different. But I'm going to big them up. These 3 inner city youths who I could relate to. Yeah, man. Who I could relate to. Who look like me. Who I could spar with on the corner. You understand? Yeah, man. Rocky, as you've seen the documentary, Rocky and Righty, boys from Broccoli. You understand? Yeah. Local talent, bro. Just like me and you sparring on the corner. Yeah, man. And that's why I had to talk about those geezers. Those geezers made people like us dream, fam. Those geezers made people think, you know what? I'm not just going to school to play for football. I really think I can become a professional. I think I could do this for a living. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. Those geezers gave us that belief. Yeah, man. Michael Thomas's, David Rocastle. I remember, especially Rocky Rocastle. Oh, my God. Because I remember when he got into the England squad and everything, he was frightening. He was frightening. And I'll never, George, if you ever watch this program, George Graham, I will never forgive you, George Graham, that you sold him to Leeds. You waste, man. You're a thief. You're a thief as well. I forgot.
But I think for me, I remember that game. It was a Wednesday night, and it was Liverpool versus Arsenal was going away to Liverpool, and it's because it's prayer meeting night. And my dad went prayer meeting, and my dad asked me about, you know, are you watching the game? I said I was watching the game, and as he's coming down the drive, I ran, Dad, Arsenal beat Liverpool. You know, me not looking at it. I don't know how old I was then. I was quite young. I don't know if Marcus remembers the game.
89.
It was 89. Was it 89? Okay, cool. So I would have been about, I was born 76, so I would have been about, about 13, about 12, 13, you know what I'm saying? So I never knew, like I said, I didn't know the significance of what I've seen.
That was the year Arsenal won it, innit, the title?
Yeah, that was one, yeah. So for me, that was, because you expected them to get bossed up by Liverpool them anyway, still, yeah? And they went there and they beat them, you know, and then to see, like he says, the black guys do a job, it was just exciting. At that period there, especially, every time you see a black man on TV, you want them to
and this is what I'm saying, bro. But you see, we don't get enough recognition. All we're going to hear is about the class of 90 blinking 2.
Yeah, man.
You understand?
Yeah.
And I've said this before, not just with the 3 black geezers. I can throw in Tony Adams on top of that. I can throw in Paul Merson on top of that.
Yeah.
They came through and won the league. They did it before Man United.
Yeah.
They did it before Man United. But we don't get the props that we deserve.
Yeah. No, I
understand.
Yeah.
But my last one, and this is a special one because it's local. Mark Walters.
Okay.
Mark Walters. Because again, growing up, me and Mark Walters, we played for the same Sunday League team, Dunlop Terriers.
Okay.
Mark Walters was at the Villa. And I remember he broke into the first team. And then when Mark Walters went to Liverpool, Graham Souness brought him to Anfield. And he went on with things. And Suey loved him. Because remember, Suey left Anfield now and went and took manager's job at Rangers. And that's why I love Mark Walters for his time in Rangers, because he was getting the bananas and everything. He got it all. He got it all in Scotland. He got the lot. And he didn't complain once. And he won the fans over with his little one step over and a bag of goals. You understand?
I remember his stats. I remember I went into he went to the school there up Holt School. He went to Holt School. And guys, if you see they got like a heroes, like, you know, like the top goal scorers of all time. You have to realize this geezer, he's so far ahead of everybody. It was ridiculous. He's like on 100 goals. Everybody else is on 20, 30. Yeah,
23 and that. Yeah.
He was a freaking
that's
nation.
Mark Walters. I remember growing up as a kid, Mark Walters. And he was all the talk. He was all the talk. And because I lived local, the local team for me was Aston Villa. My mum had a lot of friends who were Villa fans, so they always used to take me to the match. Yeah. So again, I could relate to Mark Walters, and because I knew him from a personal, because he played for the same Sunday League team. I knew his cousin, the one who kicked the ball juggler.
Rob.
I know Rob. So the Walters, bro. So for me, again,
that's big.
And it was more personal because I knew him. It was even closer then because I knew him. Yeah. It was tangible. It wasn't like, oh, it's a geezer you watch on the telly. This geezer, I can see him on the road. Mark, there. What do I need to do to play for the Villa? And we could have that kind of banter. Yeah, man. So it was a great role. It was a great inspiration for myself. And I believe a lot of the young black people around that Aston community at that time.
Yeah, man. No, 100%. No. That's a good one. And I know I'm going with the corporate guys as well, but I think we have, from me, from a corporate perspective, Michael Jordan, as much as he's a brilliant player, he's also brought, growing up young. Obviously, he was an amazing player, stupid player. Amazing player when he came to basketball and whatever. For me, a non-basketballer, he brought me into like watching basketball a little bit still, and he was just amazing skills and all his business. Yeah, I love his watching the documentary that he did. But you know that documentary, that 10-part documentary.
Netflix.
Yeah, on Netflix. I just love I love his tenaciousness when it comes to victory. Some of the things I didn't like but he wanted to win. Yeah, 100%.
He won it all. He didn't mind. He wanted to win at all costs. Basically.
Yeah, all costs. He won. And you know that attitude of like, if a man like tries to slaughter, you know them youths that like try to say, oh, he's a has-been, and try to get faced with him, and he's like, it's all right, you want to fight, and he will murder them, you know, bro.
Murder a man. He was way to murder a man. Any man dissed him. That's what I loved about Jordan as well. Any man dissed him or said something, he didn't say nothing. He just take you on the basketball pitch and school you. Just have no manners. He just have no manners. Michael Jordan, bro. As I says, there's so many black icons we can look at.
Bro, he's smashing. But think about it. PSG has got now. We got Jordan, a black. You know what I mean? He on a corporate level, guys. He was on bigger money than anybody else. Long time. He made sporting silly money. You know what I'm saying? And then to have the Jordans now, PSG, one of the biggest clubs in the world now, having Jordan as their no Nike tick, but actually just having Jordan on their gear, and you know that gear is gonna go like crazy, and his footwear, you know, Nike was a nobody before Jordan. You can imagine Jordan and then Woods, these guys, black men, have revolutionized Nike, and Anthony, you might say Nike was really good for supporting black people, but we had to show is we're the ones who made them.
And put their money in the pocket.
We put them on the map.
Jordan's family, their kids, and then their kids,
the grandkids and the great-grandkids.
They're looked after for the rest of their life now.
Jordan's family have looked up to about, you know, we're at what, 2021 to about 31.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Wow. The whole family's looked after. But you know what? Funny you should say about Nike. Jordan never wanted to go with Nike.
That's what I'm saying to you, but you watched the documentary, you wanted Converse in it.
Yeah. Adidas was his boys in it. Adidas.
Okay,
he wanted to go with Adidas.
Yeah, man.
And that wasn't prepared to come with no dough. And then the next one he wanted to come was Converse, and he just thought, allow that because Larry Bird wears Converse. And my man and he said he wanted to go to someone who give him his own trainers.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And Nike did it, man. And Nike,
Nike, and his advisor kept on saying, let's talk to Nike, and he's going, no, don't like Nike shoes, nah. But Nike were the only people who was prepared to give him his own shoe. And that's why he signed for Nike, and as they say, the rest is history.
Bro, Jordans, people getting robbed for Jordans, man, back then. Bro, in America to this day. In America today.
I remember there was a big thing in America, and they were saying, you know, you can't, because people are getting killed, people are losing their life for their Jordans.
Today, even when some of the American artists, when they come over and they see the price of Jordans here, they're shocked because they're like, Jordans don't spend no time in the shop. As soon as they come out in the shop, they're gone. They're gone. Still to this very day. So we have to salute that a black man is doing really well on a corporate level. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to his trainers, his branding, his continued doing out there years after. He doesn't even have to coach. You know the ones where he doesn't even need to have a podcast. He doesn't even need to do any sort of anything because he's loaded. You know what I'm saying? Every day he's making money.
Remember, you know, he's got PSG. He owns Charlotte Hornets.
Oh,
remember, you know, he owns the Charlotte Hornets. Gee. If you looked at Charlotte Hornets, what they've got the Jumpman kit as well. Gee. Charlotte Hornets kit is exactly like PSG's, different colours.
Yeah.
And where PSGs have got tops, Hornets is vests. It's exactly the same. That's Jordan. Jordan's a legend, bro. Jordan's a done.
Absolute
done. You know, he's the next legend we don't talk, and people flipping Dennis Rodman. Prove to you again that you don't have to be the conventional, but look at his sports. Forget how he looks. Forget his foolishness and turning up in dresses and all that. Yeah, I don't approve. You know me, I ain't approving of all that. Yeah, but you know what? I'm just looking at him through his ability. Now, people forget, you know, people just think, Rodman went to the Bulls and won rings. He won rings at Detroit Pistons. When the bad boys Pistons won it. Understand? When the Pistons were the bad boys of basketball. As you know, Jordan hated the Pistons. Hey, especially Isaiah Thomas hated him with a passion.
Still hates him till now. But I hate him, bro.
In Mexico, tell him that I don't like him today, bro. I don't like that guy. I don't like that guy.
Lord. But do you feel that though, Anthony? Do you feel like when you look at the Bulls there still, and obviously Jordan's Jordan, you separate line, but don't you have to almost put down Dennis Scott Rodman and like the way you put down Cyril Regis and Laurie Cunningham? You almost can do Dennis Rodman and Scottie Pippen. Because they without them two, Jordan wouldn't have won the titles because really, especially because Scott and Pippen, everybody knew when Jordan was at the Chicago Bulls for years, scoring points and not winning anything. And then all of a sudden, when you got the Pippen comes into the mix here still, and then the Rodman comes into the pit, you know what I mean? Then you got
that combination was beastly, man. I mean,
he won the first 3 rings, he won 3 rings, then he retired, then he came back and done it again. The first 3 he won. The first 3 he won was with Pippen, no Rodman. Him and Pippen. And then Pippen. One thing with Jordan was doing, because Jordan was Rookie of the Year. Jordan went on with things from the get-go. From the get-go, he went on with things he had no manners. Magic Johnson was looking at who's this geezer?
Yeah, man.
Where did this kid come from? Who's he?
Yeah, man. But
by the end of the season, that everybody knew who Michael Jordan was. Everybody knew. You know, but one thing I will say, Virginia has raised North Carolina, them deep south, they've raised some serious people, you know.
It's pure food, bro. It's pure food, bro. Big man food, man. Big man food, bro. And you see what
I'm watching the thing on Netflix. I don't know if you've seen it. It's called Voices of Fire. And it's about this pastor. He had a dream, that when he was young, he wanted to build a super choir. And
I watched it. Yeah, I watched it. I reviewed it, man. Yeah. I watched it. Pharrell and that, man. Yeah.
Pharrell's uncle and it.
Yeah.
And you know, he's a really good pro. But they come from Virginia, and there's start. Then back in South, and we're talking about these places where black people were getting lynched and stuff.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
you know what I mean? And the talent that still comes out from those same places.
Bro, it's amazing, bro.
It's crazy, bro.
It's amazing. It's amazing. But listen, guys, we can carry on there still, yeah. But I wanna end on a positive note with these guys, and I think we just can't have honourable mention towards Pele. We know he's, you know.
I was gonna say that's what it has to be.
You got to end with the king himself. You know what I'm saying?
The greatest to ever do it,
bro.
I think the only one that I didn't mention, which was because you guys mentioned it, everybody else that was on my list was Desailly. I really liked Desailly.
Okay.
I think it's because I became a CB in the end. That's where like the link is where in terms of growing up.
Yeah.
The guy won the Champions League, bruv, in 1992. You know what I'm saying as well. So
I like Desailly. I liked him. Yeah. I liked him as a player. I thought he was a very good defender. Very, very good defender. Didn't think of him much in the centre midfield position in IC, but
centre back was his position.
Then centre back was his position. But as I says, a lot of my respect I lost for him when I found out he was born in Ghana and he turned back to Ghana, and I can't. And that's the one thing that saddens me. Like when Arsenal fans, he comes from Senegal, he plays for Arsenal. Vieira, even with Patrick Vieira, I love Patrick. Captain Invincible, love that boy there. But I have my only knock is, bro, you should have defended your blackness, bro.
Yeah.
Sold out your blackness for fame, and you can try and dilute it as much as you want, but that's what you did. Raheem Sterling's the same.
Yeah, man.
It's exactly the same. It's no different because Leon Bailey showed you didn't have to dilute yourself to get here. To become the big boy, you didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
You understand? And I think that's what the Desaillys, the Paul Pogbas, all of them have diluted themselves and they can say, but how comes Didier Drogba didn't do that? And how come Samuel Eto'o didn't have to do that?
Mane, Aubameyang,
all these big ballers. Aubameyang, Gabon, bro. Aubameyang, I mean, he could have played for France, Italy.
Salah.
He played for Gabon. You understand what I'm saying? They didn't sell out for the fame and fortune. They still wanted to be footballers, and if they made it, they're representing their country.
100%, bro.
That's what I rate about those things. Don't get me wrong, I love what Raheem's achieved as a footballer, as a black person. But my only gripe is you sold out yourself. You're a Jamaican, bro. You're a Jamaican and you sold yourself out for the pound.
The boy from Brent now, isn't it?
Yeah, the boy from Brent.
Yeah, exactly. The boy from Brent. Yeah, exactly.
Man should disown that straight away. But listen, guys, just want to
doing that, bro, and that's it.
No, Pele. King Pele, man. At the end of the day, still, people talk about Maradona, they talk about all these times, but Pele came through a time. If you thought like things are raced, Brazil was
who
banned.
Wins the World Cup? Hold on. Who wins the World Cup at 17
and scores a goal in the final, bro? Flicks the ball over a man's head, bro. Yeah, in the final, flicks it over a man's head and then brings it down and shoots. Bro.
Oh, well, since you've said Pele, can I just say then? And here's the next one I want to sneak in. And this is just a different one because it's a big you. Kylian Mbappe.
Oh, bro.
Kylian Mbappe, bro.
He's prophesying, man. He's prophesying at the moment.
I want to see Mbappe become like Pele, because Pele is the only striker or attacker, if you want to say that had a goal tally even that was like similar to Eusébio. Only those two guys.
Yeah. But guys, here's a quick, because I know you two play FIFA, yeah? You remember when FIFA started doing... Oh, you don't? You play Pro Evo?
I'm a Pro Evo.
Oh, Pro Evo. You remember when they do the All-Star teams in these games, and you always reach for Pele. You know when you play up front with Pele, he's got bare skill.
He's got everything.
It's everything.
Pele can do the lot. He can play in goal. Yeah. He can start up in goal, save it.
Yeah, we call them players the 99ers, bro, where all the stats are just boosted.
Pele had everything. You know what I mean? So that's a great. That's the great thing with Pele. It just, without fact, he was always the top baller. Him, Maradona was practically there as well still, you know what I mean? But no, Pele was stupid stats, man, absolutely stupid. But you have to just salute the guy. Everybody knows Pele. If you say Pele, white, black, Asian, whoever you are,
no matter where you go in the world,
you say Pele. Yeah,
if they know him, they know who you're talking about.
Not even the white footballers, not even Maradona. I can't think of white footballers got a bigger name.
Maradona didn't even score half the goals that Pele scored. You know, say he was a great footballer, but he didn't score nowhere near as many as Pele did.
Pele had a career.
Different kind of players, though.
Yeah,
the different kind of players. Yeah, they're definitely.
But for me, the teeth in World Cup.
Maradona couldn't do.
The teeth in World Cup 1966, you know, I mean, as far as concerned, Brazil was on track alongside Portugal to actually clean up in that World Cup. Actually, Portugal kicked them off the pitch, but again, they broke up Pele in that one. But 1970, as my dad says, he sat down there, and every growing up as a youth, the World Cup that we got told about wasn't since 1966. It was 1970. Everybody,
70. Brazilian World Cup.
The earmark World Cups was 70 and 82. Yeah, them the two earmark World Cups growing up, what you have to watch videos on, was the one where Brazil flopped and the one that Brazil succeeded. And where they succeeded was with Pele up front. They couldn't succeed with who's that mug up front in 82? I can't remember. They had some mug up front anyway. But in
82?
Yeah, 82. Yeah.
The Gino.
Yeah.
The Gino.
That's
absolute
the one.
Shocking it was. Shocking.
Man, Zico, you know, they had ballers like that, and the Socrates and all that business, they couldn't win it. But anyway, that's a whole other thing. But 1970 World Cup, just the way they played, everybody knows the goals. Even Banks gets a squeeze by making a save off Pele's header. All them things, Pele could header. You know what I'm saying? Do you guys remember the movie? What is it called? With Pele and
yeah.
Oh, Escape. What is it? Escape.
I can't remember what it's called.
Escape to Victory. Yeah, Escape to Victory, man. Yeah. And Stallone's in it, isn't it, as the goalkeeper in it. Yeah. That's a
Hatch.
Is it Hatch?
His name's Hatch in the court.
Oh, in yeah.
Stallone's name's Hatch because I remember Pele going Hatch at the end. Throw me the ball, Hatch.
Listen, man, but who has to do the overhead kick, man? Obviously, Pele, man. Obviously, we're beating the Germans, you know what I mean? Was Bobby Moore in that one as well? Yeah. So definitely crazy one. But listen, guys, absolute Black History Month special there. I think we've gone through 22. Squeezed in Desailly for Marcus there at the end, man. You know what I mean? Give me a little squeeze here. We got the 22 man, guys. You know what I mean? And I must admit, there's some names there, and hopefully, if you go through,
and there's names that we've missed out.
Yeah. And I think,
did you guys see the Pele movie a few years ago?
Yeah, I did. I've watched anything with Pele. I watch it. I gotta see what's going on. When he talks about, he shows more of the growing up side of things.
Yeah. I remember when I look when you.
But as I says, I'm going back as one for the futures, killing Mbappe, and I just want to say Abramovich. I don't know who his manager was at the time. You could have signed Mbappe at 13 and you refused.
Who's that, Abramovich?
Yeah, Chelsea could have signed Kylian Mbappe as a 13-year-old and they turned him down.
Well, we all know what happened there.
That would be, 9 years ago? Because he's only 22 now.
Yeah, but mate...
Who would have been the manager about 9 years ago? Is that what? Jose? Could have been Jose?
Bro, what are you about, man? They had Loftus-Cheek, bro. Of course they had a better ball in there, innit?
Well, Loftus-Cheek's a very good player.
They had big in size, had a big youth called Loftus-Cheek.
I think Ruben Loftus-Cheek's a very good player. I think he's just...
mismanaged.
He's limiting himself, bro. Because Chelsea don't want to play. He's not going to be a Chelsea regular, bro. Let's be real.
Yeah, he just needs to leave.
He's not going to start week in, week out. So I think he should have moved. He should have moved a long time from Chelsea, bro.
Because
remember, when he had that one season on loan at Crystal Palace, he went to the World Cup with England, didn't he?
Yeah. He just needs to go to Germany, man. Just do what they all do, but go Germany.
I don't know. I think Loftus-Cheek, bro. Ask the manager, I'd buy Loftus-Cheek tomorrow. over Granit Xhaka and over Mohammed El-Neni. Yeah, you're damn right. One tomorrow, bro.
Yeah, it's good, but they're not going to let him go to you, man. Trust me. They'll probably let him go to Crystal Palace.
You could do far worse, bringing him to Old Trafford. Him or Fred. Loftus-Cheek or Fred. Let's have it.
Boy, that's next week.
There you go, then. Say no more, then, yeah? Say no more.
Respect your brothers, them in with your own Fred, the Costa Rican from South America, the Brazilian Costa Rican, bro. But we deal with Fred in the next show anyway, still, yeah. But listen, guys, Thanks for coming to the show. We went in over time, but we had to go through the black heroes, the black sporting heroes there, and I'm more likely to have to chop up this video and put our little segments out there or for the rest of the month. Oh, the extra work, but it's the way it goes anyway. Still, yeah. But DJ Marx, yo, I'm waiting for Spin It and Bin It, so you better get your editing thing going on in there still, yeah, because I'm waiting for the next show. Anthony, big up yourself. He has a show where he cusses off music. So Marcus is there, sits there, and he gives his first look. You know what I'm saying? And Marcus is going like he can't hide his look. He wants to go to heaven, so he has to say the truth. So he gets in a bit of trouble. You know what I'm saying? So oh yeah, by the way, Anthony, have you seen that Windrush thing? So I'm gonna keep this in the video because people can hear us chatting. In that Windrush, but the Windrush more
the Windrush thing I told you like to watch. You mean that one?
No, the breadfruit. Is it the breadfruit thing? No. Okay, I'll put the link in the group, bro. It's absolute disgrace.
The Windrush, is it the Windrush film with the poet?
No, not the film. It's in Hackney. This person has done a memorial for Windrush generation. You know, like Windrush people, yeah. And she's put three pieces of fruit. I think it's soursop, a breadfruit. You should see it, bro. It's fuming. I was fuming. You know what I'm saying, bro? It's a joke thing. You know what I'm saying? Absolute joke. I'll send it to you anyway still, yeah? I think, for all what our parents have done, our grandparents have done coming to this country, set up the NHS, rescued the country after World War II. You know what I mean? What do we get? A picture of a breadfruit on the thing by Mayor to bronze and painted green. He's just taking the mick, man. You know what I'm saying, bro? Absolutely taking the mick. Imagine.
Nothing surprises no more anyway.
Bro, like breadfruit, bro. Don't get me wrong. You put foil on, bake up a breadfruit and have some ackee and saltfish. I don't know if you guys know about that still, yeah? You know what I'm saying? You know about that one, Anthony?
I don't understand why Roger always talks about these things about, do I know? Where do you people come from, Rog? Where do you people come from, Rog? No,
Jamaica St. Kitts, man.
Jamaica and St. Kitts. Listen, we're real tough Kingstonians, man. They don't ever ask me, do I know about those things, bro? I can tell you things that you don't even know about your country, bro. I ain't talking about St. Kitts because I don't really know nothing about St. Kitts.
Talk about your Madeira.
Yeah, talk about your Madeira, bro, because you're a mix-up youth. You're not even... That's funny. Did you hear what he says? Where you people come from?
St. Kitts and
Jamaica. I didn't know Madeira, so don't want to come and telling me about your cousins and you come Cape Verde and all this kind of rubbish. I just asked you where you come from. You said Jamaica and St. Kitts. You didn't say Madeira. You didn't say Cape Verde. Or no, you just said Jamaica and St. Kitts. All right, Marcus?
Man's passport changes from time to time.
Every week, bro. Man's passport changes. His nationality, bro. His nationality, bro. We should call Roger the United Colours of Benetton.
Yeah. Listen, bro, this is how we do it, man. You see all the colours there, bro. United for sport, man. People talk, man. Please, the guys, no flow, man. No jokes, man, out there still, yeah? But listen, guys, we hit this out. But next week, guys, we're going to be hopefully covering...
Deontay Wilder fight, Deontay and Tyson,
Fury. Anthony, who's gonna win?
Do you know what? It's a hard one,
Oh man, I
don't think it is.
No, bro. Let me tell you the truth. Tyson Fury's gonna win, but I've just got this sneak, that if Wilder connects him on the right, because he's got a lot of anger now. He's angry now. You've mugged him off, you've embarrassed him, you've chinned him, you humiliated him. Tyson Fury's done all those things to him. I don't know if you've seen the press conference. He twisted up Deontay Wilder yesterday in the press conference. It was embarrassing, fam. It was really embarrassing. Saying your eyes don't lie. My eyes don't lie, and everybody can see what they can see. Boxing gloves ain't supposed to be so there was things in your gloves. He's still maintaining that Tyson Fury had things in his gloves. He's still maintaining that his cornerman spiked his drink. He's still maintaining all these things, bro. So Tyson Fury's gone. So if I've done all those things, then yeah, why would I need to change my tactics if I only cheat? So he says, if you know I only cheat, he says, why have you put in all that extra work then if I'm a cheat? He says, why did you put in all that extra work? Why have you started to learn how to fight off the back foot going backwards if I was cheating? And he says, go on, answer the question. Until Wilder shut up, because you can't answer that question, bro. Your brain ain't big enough. He smoked. Bro. He's a mugging on the earth, bro.
Yeah.
He's a mugging. But as boxers go, I just think Tyson Fury's got it, bro. But it wouldn't surprise me if Wilder knocked him out. It won't surprise me. I'll tell you straight now. It won't surprise me.
Okay.
It won't surprise me.
All right.
But if you're saying to me, you have to put a bet on who you put, it's Tyson Fury all day.
Tyson Fury. Yeah, I'll go with Tyson Fury as well. What do you say, Marcus?
Tyson Fury all day.
Tyson
Fury, man. Come on. We're talking about pure boxer versus brawler. And like, we're going to just see what another thing like what Usyk did to my man.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, for real. It's the same thing. Tyson Fury is a boxer. He can box. Whereas my man's just looking for the big bang. Just like Anthony Joshua, I can't box. Because even if when you watch the Usyk fight again, if you look at Brussels, he looks really stiff. He looked really stiff. You know what I mean? Muhammad Ali carried more weight than him. Them people didn't stick, bro.
Did you guys
you know what's funny?
The follow-on videos that Dylan White was talking about Joshua? That guy can be joked, man.
Dylan White was going in, man. Dylan White was...
Dylan don't play.
Dylan wants that fight, man.
Well, apparently, the way it is now, Dylan White is the official WBC #1 challenger. So whoever wins out of Wilder and Fury, their first defense of the WBC bout is against Dillian White if he wins his next fight. It's supposed to be Dillian White.
Yeah, man, he's laughing at AJ now. Trust me, man. He hear me saying he's ready. Dylan White's gonna be in the mix. He's smiling, man. He's gonna be training hard, man. He's gonna be on it, man. But listen, guys, man, we've gone into the longest show ever on this show. I think this is definitely the longest show ever, man. You know what I'm saying? But we have
it has to be special. It's Black History Month.
You know what I'm saying? So we've definitely done a big one here still, guys. But guys, thanks for your time, and guys, pray for me as I edit this show. Amen. Yo, man. Listen, guys, enough love, man. Yeah.
My brother.
Right,
man, bless you, man. Yeah, respect, dudes.
Yeah.
Visit us for updates and shows at affinityextra.co.uk.